Have you ever wondered why some people seem to have everything falling into place for them? Doors opening, favor from unexpected places, opportunities they never even had to fight for? Well, today we're going to look at a powerful story from the Bible that reveals the secret behind that kind of favor, and it all starts with a man named Nehemiah. Nehemiah wasn't a king, a priest, or a warrior. He was a simple cupbearer in the Persian Empire. Yet, when faced with the desolate state of his homeland, he found favor with the king of Persia, and that favor set in motion the rebuilding of Jerusalem's walls. But what you might be missing here is something far more profound, a deeper hidden factor that made all the difference. Let's start with Nehemiah's situation. He was living far from Jerusalem, serving in the king's palace. One day, he gets devastating news. The walls of Jerusalem are broken down and its gates are burned with fire. The city lies in ruins. And how does Nehemiah respond? He doesn't just hear the news and move on with his life. No, he mourns, he fasts, and he prays. But what's remarkable here isn't just his grief, it's his prayer. Nehemiah begins with a powerful act of repentance. He confesses not just his people's sins, but also his own. He acknowledges God's sovereignty, his power, and his faithfulness to his promises. Nehemiah's prayer isn't just words. It's a deep act of humility and trust in God. Now, this is where it gets interesting. After months of praying, fasting, and waiting, the king notices Nehemiah's sadness and asks him, "Why is your face so sad?" In this moment, Nehemiah has an opportunity to speak up, to ask for the king's help, but there's one catch. He needs the king's favor to accomplish his mission. So Nehemiah prays again, but this time it's a quick prayer for courage. And guess what? The king not only approves his request, but he also gives Nehemiah everything he asks for. Letters of safe passage, timber for the walls, and resources for the project. Why? Because the hand of God was upon Nehemiah. Here's what you might be missing. Nehemiah's success wasn't because he was a brilliant strategist or because he knew the right people. No, the reason the king granted his requests without hesitation, without doubt, is that the hand of God was upon Nehemiah. It was God's favor that moved the heart of the king. It was God's favor that transformed Nehemiah from a servant in a foreign palace to a leader who rebuilt Jerusalem. So, what can we learn from Nehemiah's story? Let's break it down. God's favor comes through prayer. Nehemiah's journey starts with prayer. His deep, heartfelt communication with God laid the foundation for everything that came after. God's timing is perfect. Nehemiah waited for months, yet when the moment came, God's timing was flawless. Courage and boldness matter. Nehemiah stepped out in faith, but he did so with wisdom and respect. God moves hearts. Just as the king's heart was moved by God, we can trust that God has the power to influence people and situations on our behalf. Nehemiah's story is more than just a historical account. It's a blueprint for how we can experience God's favor in our own lives. Imagine what could happen if we, too, leaned into prayer, trusted God's timing, and boldly stepped out in faith. Do you see the hidden factor now? It's all about God's hand at work, guiding and opening doors. So what's holding you back? Trust God and watch Him move in your life. Thanks for joining me today. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more insights on how the stories of the Bible can impact your life today. I'll see you in the next video.